Hey again, this is a continuation of our discussion of the problem of meaning as it relates to cross-cultural communication. And the last thing that we did in the last video was look at this picture. And this picture, basically you're supposed to look at this picture and send me a quick email what you saw when you saw this picture. Now it's really interesting because this picture was drawn in such a way that it could potentially have multiple perceptive meanings. I'll just tell you right now, there is no one right answer about this. There is no one way that this has to be perceived because the picture was drawn purposefully to create the opportunity for people to see what they thought they saw and then to observe the fact that what they saw is dependent on their own cultural interpretations, their own cultural backgrounds. Here's a couple of things that the different answers that people provided for this I thought was interesting. Two women are walking, and a man threatens one of them with a piece of wood. So they saw this woman and this man was actually threatening these two women, all right? Two men are attacking a woman. So that person saw this man, and this was a man, and they were both attacking this woman. And other people said, a woman steps aside to let a blind man pass. So this was going to be his walking stick that he uses to check the ground to see, and this woman is stopping and she's stepping aside to let him go by. Other people saw a beggar and a woman. Some people saw gardening. Others saw a family working their land. Two people helping each other to do something. Poor people. The man is digging for something and the woman is waiting to take it. A man cleaning the floor. A man digging a hole and a woman dropping seeds into it. Now, to tell you the truth, when I first looked at this, that's kind of what I saw. I saw him maybe scratching the ground or scraping or digging a little hole, and she had a little thing of seeds she was dropping into it. Now, the truth is, none of those answers are correct, and all of those answers are correct. But by our perception of what we see, by the perception the meaning that we attach to these symbols is dependent on our own cultural background. I grew up in a family where we did a lot of gardening. My mom grows things and just everything. I mean, she's the person who can take a dead stick and plant it and somehow it turns into an actual bush. So we were constantly digging holes and planting seeds, and my grandmother planted okra and tomatoes and we were constantly planting something. So I saw the little bag of seeds and somebody scraping the ground or hoeing the ground to make that. So I interpreted this through my perceptual grid. I interpreted this through my background. In the same way, these first two people saw a man being threatening them or someone attacking someone. It's very possible that they have lived in a very violent environment. Maybe they lived in an inner city environment, or maybe they lived in a part of South America or Africa where violence is a normal, ongoing situation. And so when they saw a person with a stick, their assumption is an attack is taking place. So meaning is not fixed. Meaning is determined by the cultural perceptions of the recipient. And so, like I said, that's the purpose of this. I hope you can see value in this and see value in what we did there, working through that. The problem is, oftentimes people in a course, they're wanting answers. I'm afraid that this course, and by the way, if you're taking this course, you're in your junior or senior year probably, so get used to this. The courses of more advanced study are often going to ask more questions than they answer. So, working through my PhD recently, I can tell you that the more I studied, the less I knew, because they raised questions, and I said, I didn't even know that was a question. So if you're feeling your brain's kind of getting fuzzy and you're going, what do you mean? We can't even say things don't even mean anything anymore. You're probably asking the right questions, and that's the kind of questions we need to be asking to be effective in cross-cultural communication. So let's go ahead and pick up from there and move forward, looking at our PowerPoint as we move forward here.